Okay, this is Buke from the Metalheads Podcast, and now I am joined with, after an explosive fucking set, the guys from Black Fast.
Damn.
Introduce yourselves, tell us who you are.
This is Aaron. I do vocals and guitars in Black Fast.
My name is Ryan. I play bass guitar in Black Fast.
Okay. I know this is a podcast, there's no visual element to this.
Let's paint
but
a picture.
Yeah.
we are here with the viral star himself.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, your fucking boot.
Yeah, you can look.
Your foot, the Black Death. That is your foot right now.
Black cast.
Yeah, the Black Cast, the Black Death that was on your foot earlier.
Yeah.
We were talking right before we started this interview. You broke your fucking foot the first night.
No, actually.
Okay.
In Toledo with Goat Whore.
I broke it in Toledo when we were on tour with Goat Whore, and I'm looking at the microphone like I'm fucking gonna get.
Yeah. Like it's look at this fucking cougar pussy here.
I know. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I broke it in Toledo.
Tell me it was a cool way you broke it.
I mean, it was kind of cool. I mean, it was musically involved, but I mean.
Well, it was cool because he broke his toe the first night of Goat Whore, so he had been favoring it for 3 or 4 days, and then we did a double header. We played Detroit, drove an hour south, played Toledo, loading out gear in Toledo. He rolls his ankle carrying a
I
cab.
heard a snap that sounded so bad, dude. It sounded like
One of
somebody
the things
took.
you fucking knew, right?
And I fell, and some dude came and picked up the amp with me, and I just go, dude. I didn't even know this guy. I looked at him like I was crying. And I ran up to Aaron, and I just go, dude, I hurt my foot real bad.
No, you said, dude, I literally just heard a snap and broke my other foot, not my toe.
Jesus.
And then the next day, the van broke down in Lansing, and we had to take him to the hospital. It was a hoot.
Yeah.
And then 5 days later, he had fucking fungal growth and trench foot.
Yeah, I was looking on your guys' Instagram today, and I see this picture, and I have been
No filter.
Yeah, whoever
On that
runs
picture.
whoever runs you guys Twitter and Instagram, I've been fucking. I'll get to that later, but I've been hitting you guys up nonstop because we are huge fans of you guys. But I pulled up Instagram today, and I see this picture of your foot. And like I was telling him, it looked like he was just at the North Pole or Everest, and he got stuck, and it was bad frostbite on your foot.
In France in 1917 or something.
And then I see the quote today, the caption. They said you almost lost your foot,
Yeah,
or
well,
could have.
They said.
I don't know.
Well, that's what the fucking hospital said.
Yeah.
They
Well,
were
I guess we're not doctors. We gotta.
Well, I'm
Doctor.
just saying.
You just play one on stage.
Show one on TV.
I'm just saying. Yeah, dude, he's a George Clooney motherfucker, man.
Yeah, you're just saying. But so now, luckily, you're a bass player.
Yeah.
You can be put into
Just a bass player.
Yeah, just the
Just the
yeah.
bass
You
player.
can be put into a corner. You can just prop your leg up there.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm not loading water on stage, I'm usually just resting my foot.
When he's not getting us fresh towels.
Exactly. So you got the boot now.
Got
You're
the
able.
boot.
Obviously, it's not stopping you from touring, which is fucking
No,
awesome.
no, you gotta play.
Exactly. You got to play.
We showed up with Goat Whore in a rented U-Haul, and Homeboy gets out of the U-Haul freight van with crutches and a cast, and it's like,
They thought it was a joke.
yeah, they thought it was a big hoax. It's like, motherfucker, no, we're not stopping. We're not going home.
I know he isn't metal, but did you see the Dave Grohl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Broke his leg
I
or
mean,
something.
it doesn't matter what music you play.
He's
That's
on the fucking throne,
that's bad
still
to the bone.
playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You gotta play, man.
Fuck with that.
You can't.
Exactly.
You can't miss the gig, dude.
So-
That's weakness, you know.
So, if it does get bad enough, maybe some of the merchandise funds can go to getting you like a little Rascal scooter.
That'd be
Oh,
nice.
I love it.
Get this guy, around.
Yeah.
I would like. I'd like to have a like a
Motorized, yeah.
motorized legs,
Jesus.
or like the robots in what's that movie? I forget. Anyway,
I Robot.
I want the reverse legs. I want like the fucking Lambo
want
fucking. I
bionic?
want suicide door legs.
right.
That was like, yes. Open up, yes. Put some little blue glow lights on there or something like that. You'll be fucking
Get
cool.
rims on them and shit.
So, gentlemen, you guys just released your latest studio
Indeed.
album.
yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Wow.
Thanks.
I have been singing the praises of this. Now, please, forgive me, though.
No, go ahead.
I was just introduced to you guys over the summer when we got a promo. It was, for those of you guys on the podcast who haven't listened yet, it is black and thrash,
I guess.
but with fucking riffs and hooks
Yeah.
that catch you guys. Almost like the band Vector.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're good friends with those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost. But the fucking riffs that you guys have in are kind of like make you think to yourself, Matt Pike, High on Fire, who?
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Your guys' riffs are fucking killer.
Thanks, man.
So, the latest album,
Yeah.
You guys happy with how everything's turned out?
Absolutely, yeah. We're a riff band. I mean, we're a guitar first, like, not so much guitar first, but like song first, I guess. Like, we try to write a song, but we try to pack it full of riffs that like we're totally fucking jacked off about. I guess.
That'll fucking snap your foot.
Yeah.
Riffs, exactly. Break your bones. Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly.
And when it comes to writing these riffs, we really don't skimp on any detail. You know, even if it's just a 1-bar filler riff that we wrote 6 years ago, which actually is on the record. You know, that happens one bar we wrote 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it made sense, and if it didn't make sense, or if it's something that we didn't believe in wholly, we wouldn't put it in the tune.
But to have a thrash band, what would you guys? You know, we were saying earlier, this internet, you know, you can put anything on the internet. Everything online wants to put you guys in, every band in metal. Plug them in the genre. Plug them in the genre.
But that's in metal. So when
it is.
So when you talk to a person at a restaurant or somebody at the coffee shop, and they say, "Oh, you're a musician. You know, what kind of music do you play?" Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so like, I think that's an important discernation, like an important thing to discern. There is that there's a difference between who you're talking to, I guess.
True.
You can be talking to people who like really want to figure out what subgenre and what label it is, and that's fine, you know. And then I'll, you know, start rattling off the mouthful that people progressive blackened death thrash or whatever it is, and I just go, wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. And but to, you know, like 95% of everyone else that you talk to, it's like, I play rock and roll, I play heavy metal.
Yeah, and I
play gnarly, like fucking gnarly heavy metal, basically.
That's a great point you bring up, because I think when people are so quick to put bands in genres, it almost excludes a large possible fan base that you may get down the line, because you know in metal, some guys draw their battle lines fucking thick.
That's true.
If it's black metal, it's black metal all the way, and your power metal or whatever better not creep in to my fucking black metal.
Yeah.
You know?
And in addition to what Aaron was saying regarding how we say to other people what we play, like strangers or whomever, as we lump it into heavy metal, rock and roll, it's not a smugness, because it's not like we're trying to defy a genre or not lump ourselves into a category, but we literally don't think about it that way. We've never had a discussion about what type of music we wanted to play. We just always wrote this kind of stuff together.
This is just how it sounds like when we play. So
like when we hang out, like it sounds like how we hang out, basically.
It's almost like, not to take the words from you guys, but it almost sounds like just this is you guys just naturally turning on the amps.
Yeah.
And this is what just comes out.
And that's the single hardest thing to do, and it's also for us like probably the most important thing to try to achieve. It's almost impossible to attain that, but that's what we go for, I guess. You know, that's what we shoot for.
Have you guys started to see yourselves starting to get the recognition and the feedback now from people like myself who are finding you guys, who drove up here 2 hours for you guys?
Wow.
And revocation, of course, but
I
but I drove up here for you guys because your album is just blowing me away like that. Are you starting to see that feedback coming in now? That, man, this is starting to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, the more that we go city to city, we keep meeting people that have anticipated seeing us and greeting us, and every city we go to, we see or meet some people that like want to hang and listen to the shit.
You guys are from St. Louis, correct?
Yeah, we're from St. Louis, and it just kind of knocks us out, you know, like every time somebody like comes at us with all this positivity, because it's been, you know, overwhelmingly like, you know, people are like stoked about it, and we're just kind of like, wow, cool, because we made a record that we really like, and when other people like it, we're just like, oh fuck yeah, you know, awesome, it's validating, you know.
I was telling him earlier that, Aaron, the thing that is cool about you guys, instantly that hit me when I got there today, and you know, I let them know that I have an interview with you guys, is that you guys are genuinely excited.
Yeah.
This is still fucking thanks.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Yeah, you got. It's not like that band that, again, going back to Guarbecue, I met Phil Anselmo and the guys at Down. I'm like, hey Phil, and because he's, you know, 1,000 miles in a different place in his head, maybe from drinking too much, but they've done it for years and decades. You want to sit? Get out of the boot, please. Sit down. There's no reason to fucking stand.
I warmed it up for you right there.
Exactly.
Hop on up there.
Take the look at it. It's nice and warm. Wow. But you guys, this is genuine.
Yeah.
And it comes off to me like that, and that's cool about this.
Thanks, man.
So
Yeah, we hope so. Like, there's not a disingenuine person in this band, really. Like, there's no I don't know, there's no drama queens, like nobody's fancy, you know, like we all are like genuinely stoked to do this. There's really not any other reason to fucking do this unless you like really want to do it. Like unless you're like totally excited, like, and this is what you like.
We were just saying inside before you came out that going into this, you're not going to be Motley Crue money here.
Yeah.
You're not going to be fucking.
And if that's the goal in the first place, you're not going to make it past like maybe like step 1.5. You know,
Right.
you're going to fall on your face if that's at all your intention, anyways. You know,
The music always comes first, and it's not art for art's sake, but we love to play music, and that's all we really know how to do. And you know, you don't make music as you don't make money as an artist until you die half the time anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I mean, if I died tomorrow from this gangrenous fucking foot, I'd hope these guys get a fat ass paycheck from it.
You fucking sue whoever.
That's true.
Yes.
Oh, I like it.
Yes, you sue.
beautiful.
Yes.
Lansing, Michigan.
Yes. Lansing, Michigan, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for those Metalheads Podcast guys because they made him walk outside on that foot.
Coming for that sidewalk curb that got me.
Exactly. Yes. Take your sidewalks curb was over code.
Put him down in his prime.
Exactly. He had so much to live for.
Yeah.
So you guys.
Made of wood. Real sturdy.
Real sturdy. I fucking love that. And is that the scene when the fucking truck rolls over it or something?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And doesn't like a marching band go over it? Oh, that's fucking great.
What kind of big bucks?
Yeah, exactly. What kind of big bucks?
Oh man. So you guys here on this tour, how's that? I know it's only the third date, right?
Second night.
Second.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just shy of 24 hours into it.
Is this how many tours have you guys done of this caliber yet?
None, really. We did like 11 days with Goat Whore, and we've done smaller little like offshoot, like, you know, 2 or 3 day one-off things here or there. So
this is the first real
this is like
on the road
coming out on a label, and like we're doing some like major fucking tours in our eyes. Like this is like the shit.
I saw you guys got in Decibel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, God, you guys are
Yeah.
going places.
Yeah, that's like wild as shit to me. Like every time I see stuff like that, I'm just like, whoa, okay.
You got us podcast guys who mean nothing fucking wanting to talk to you guys driving hours.
Dudes the other day or yesterday in New York City that had published a big fucking article in a magazine in New York, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like our fucking big ugly mugs and shit, like in this magazine. And we're like, holy shit, why you guys talking about us in Manhattan?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know, it's cool to find you guys like this, but please forgive me for taking this long to find you guys. When you guys had an EP and another album out before this, I almost feel like I robbed myself of Black Fast Time. I could have been, you know.
We might have robbed you the opportunity of discovering us by doing literally like no promotion.
Like the song you played off your EP today, what was that?
That was called The Progenitors of Predation. And
Man, blew my mind.
Wow, thanks.
It's one of those moments you're like, what? What is this? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a song we've had since probably 2012, maybe before. I mean,
That's a funny tune.
We've had that one a long time, and it's still like super fun to play live. It like encompasses a lot of what we do, so we try to keep it in the set.
Now, I heard you on stage. You said, you know, go out and get our album, you know, stream it, download it, buy it, whatever. Yeah. Sometimes we talk about it on the pod, and, you know, this being 2015, I say the kids.
Uh-huh.
You hope people will buy your shit.
Yeah.
But they're getting it from every means possible. Some Russian guys touring this in Siberia right now.
Hey, if I can download my shit illegally, I'll sit down tomorrow. I won't do shit for another 2 years.
Actually, there was a Russian like a torrent site or a forum in Russia that started like pirating our first record, like Starving Out the Light, and like a few weeks after it came out in 2013, and I saw that because I don't know, you can like track your shit on Bandcamp, and I was like, awesome. Like we made it. Yeah,
we had kids from Perry Hellion, a local Baltimore tech death band. Small fucking guys put their stuff up on Bandcamp, and they're like, it's on the torrent sites.
People in Russia are stealing it.
They're stealing it. Yeah, fuck, we made it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're fucking out there now.
That was wild
we're
shit,
worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide. Yeah.
So, you know, you don't care how people hear you guys now, right?
Yeah.
You, of course, you want them to buy. And please go out,
please buy.
get Blackfast. Buy it.
Please buy it.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to make album 2 and album 3 and album 4 for you guys. So please buy it. But if people come up to the merch booth and tell us that they like it or they hate it or whatever, that's fine. I want to shake your hand and I want to ask you like how you've been listening to it, because I just want people to hear it, So
Is vinyl coming?
I'm stoked anyways. We'll do it eventually. We don't have any plans right now just because of financially we can't, but we will.
We're all big vinyl guys on the pod.
How to get those big bucks.
Yeah, where's the big bucks?
And
What
then
kind
we'll
of
print
big
them
bucks?
motherfucking vinyls.
Yeah. We want to do vinyl of both records actually, so someday.
You guys get into the vinyl at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an avid collector
Yeah.
of vinyl.
Any Holy Grail? Any of our listeners out there, if they have it or have an extra that you guys want? Like myself personally, my Holy Grail, and I'm lucky I didn't buy it, but the first pressing of Down, their NOLA album, for some reason, that and Guar Scumdogs are like my Holy Grail finds.
I bought you.
They're like $300. I can't find them.
Really?
And I found out driving up here, Down's doing a reissue for like $30.
Oh man.
So I'm lucky I didn't spend the $300, but
Yeah.
anything you guys are really, if you could find, would be...
Yeah, this guy,
Man,
he bought me Thin Lizzy's Johnny the Fox.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gifted to him one night.
it like showed up on my doorstep, and he lives like 2 blocks away, but he like ordered it and it showed up on my doorstep, and I opened it and I was like, oh fuck. So that's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But anything like any old Thin Lizzy record for me, that's the shit.
What a great band.
Yeah.
I don't think here in the States they get enough credit.
Yeah, well, I mean, Phil's been dead for 30 years, so I don't know.
Good point.
They're my favorite band, though.
Are they really?
Yeah, for sure.
What's your favorite album?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't
You
know.
can say Jailbreak, dude. It's all right.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not going to call you a poser here.
Break through fucking Black Rose, but even Shades of a Blue Orphanage, like I literally love their entire catalog, like all of it. Like I can't even.
It's
can't.
arguably like fucking perfect rock and roll music.
Yeah, you can't fuck with it.
It's heavy. It's feel good. It grooves.
Yeah.
That's what I say about Deep Purple all the time.
Yeah.
That so many people don't give Deep Purple a lot of credit.
I totally feel that. Yeah.
Like people just know, hey, Smoke on the Water.
Right.
And they don't even look at like Burn or those
Oh, yeah.
other stuff. It's just great.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's just great rock music.
Yeah, I think in their day they were held in like probably high regard by every fucking band on the planet, and still to this day, like serious like rock guys and collectors and people who are into it, like Deep Purple. You can't fuck with Deep Purple, but everybody else probably is like Smoke on the Water,
Exactly. Like my wife knows Smoke on the Water. She doesn't even listen to metal.
Yeah. Oh, Thin Lizzy, Boys Are Back in Town.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And for you, any?
Oh man, my collection is pretty eclectic. I mean,
Is it really? I have Elton John.
I love Elton John.
yeah.
Elton John is
I would
one of my
love to
favorite
have
rock and roll.
Tumbleweed Connection, give me that. I'll take that.
I got fucking Honky Chateau on vinyl back
See,
home.
I grew when I was growing up. My mom would always, when I was riding in a car with my mom, my dad was always talk radio, but mom was always, like classic rock. And she loved Elton John, and it just makes me go back to my childhood. And you being a lover of music,
Right.
Yeah.
you can't say that it's not good.
It's great.
Long drives at night. I still get on the Spotify and pull up some fucking Elton.
Just like Elton John, your Bruce Springsteens, all that stuff. It's just and being a fan of music.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so much you have to appreciate that type of stuff.
For sure. But yes, one record. I mean, you've been listening to it heavy too. But Keith Jarrett, piano player,
That Colton concert.
the Kern concert.
Yeah.
It's probably arguably one of the greatest masterpieces of contemporary of jazz music. Recorded on ECM.
You guys have a jazz background too?
Yeah, I studied jazz guitar performance in college.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I don't as much, but he enjoys
I interviewed Dave earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and those kids from Perry Hellion, we interviewed jazz kids for them too. They're in college for it. Yourself, it's amazing how you guys have branched into metal.
Yeah.
Why did you branch into metal and not just stay jazz blues?
Well, I mean, it kind of branched into me. I didn't really look for it. We were just hanging out one day, and I heard you guys playing some shit, and I was like, wow, this is cool. I'm interested in doing.
We were talking inside. You're normally a guitar player first, right?
I am a guitar player first.
Before bass.
Yeah. So I mean, but hearing it, and it helps also that we all play guitar. Even Ross can fucking play his ass off. Our drummer
on
can
guitar,
play. Yeah, I mean, he's a killing player. So I mean, understanding having a firm rhythmic foundation and also a holistic harmonic backbone helps us write these songs easier without any arguments whatsoever, basically.
I'll
My
admit,
obsession with music is kind of just like a fungal, like undergrowth.
Like a foot.
Yeah, like a foot. And there's just like fucking spores popping up all over the joint. And it's not even like, you use the tree branch analogy, but no, it's just like there's shit coming up all over the place. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's membranous and it's all encompassing.
Sorry.
Please go
add,
ahead.
and we always, there are no boundaries. We have our ears open to just about everything, so we draw from everything. Everything new, everything old.
That said, we're a heavy metal band. We're not going to make like a jazz record, but we're also not going to limit ourselves to very much of any kind of capacity, I guess.
It's almost for so many years of us growing up. I'm 32, and I remember for so many years we're always worried about what people are going to think or what our friends are going to think. So you maybe not branch out. I don't know if if you grew up listening to various forms of music, both of you guys, but to me, I didn't listen to music for years, and then when I did, it was metal. And if it's, God forbid, something else, I'm not listening to it. Unfortunately, I think maybe here in the States, I think a lot of metal fans are kind of limited, though, too. Who, if it's not metal, they don't listen to it. And
I don't know, because I haven't been to every country, but music is like probably the most emotional like trigger thing for me that is like a very personal and solitary thing, and I think that if you're going to attempt to create it, you're fucking dead in the water if you give a shit about what people think about it.
That's true.
So
it's a great point.
Also, I mean, your relationship with music and the nostalgia that you experience when you hear songs that mean a lot to you, nobody can take that from you at all. And whatever, you don't have a choice. If you write music or play music, even if you play a cover band, you don't have a choice. Your memory and your appreciation for music, to whatever extent, is going to bleed into your playing.
Wow. Holy shit. Damn.
That's some deep shit, bro.
Wow.
Jesus.
Holy smokes.
I didn't realize I was talking to a couple geniuses here. I talked to Dave earlier, and then you guys, oh my God.
Somebody do something stupid. Lick that tire.
Yeah, exactly. God, you guys are great. So, having the background you guys do with all these different genres of music you guys listen to, since you guys are in a metal band, are you limited, though, in what outside elements you guys can bring in? Or are there elements you guys try and bring in that you know where they're coming from, but maybe like somebody like myself who doesn't listen to, let's say, a jazz or like a classic rock stuff, may know where that's coming from. Have you been able to sneak any of that in?
I think if you do it right, they can't tell that you blatantly ripped something off.
Right. And everything is a stolen riff, man.
And I was just about to say, right now, September 2015, it's all been fucking done.
That's true.
It's all been done.
Everything's been done. So you just get back to square one, like we said earlier. It just needs to sound like you turn it on your amps.
That's what we talk about on the podcast a lot. Is like my friend George, who I do the podcast with.
We're not naive enough to think we're doing anything new. I think. But
I tell you what, though, George. I'm 32. George is 42. He may be 43, and I hope he'll appreciate me giving him that. He's been into metal the extra decade than me. He's seen bands in 82, 92. To him, he realizes everything's been done, just like I do. A lot of things have already been done. Your death metal band is your death metal band. Your thrash band is thrash. But those who do it well, but add their own little tweak that kind of makes them stand out from the crowd, that's what you pay attention to. So like that's like when you guys came out, you guys, exactly, Aaron, your personalities shine through. And that's why we were so excited about hearing you guys.
Like I said before, but that's the hardest thing to do, but for like in my mind that's the most important thing to do. It's really hard to like let your personality shine through in all of this, and write all these tunes and be yourself, and but it's the most important part of it.
When you guys go in the studio, like you wearing that Goat Horse shirt, have you ever done something you're like, man, that sounds just like Goat Horse, we got to change that?
Well, interestingly enough, I mean, some of the tunes before they actually had names were titled after the riff that sounded like the band, that the riff sounded like fucking...
like we'll have a riff in our head and we're like, oh, that sounds like an Immortal riff or something, and it's just, like like when we're writing shit, it's so that we like will know in the practice space like what part kind of sounds like what, and then it just all goes into when we're putting shit together.
It's for the purpose of relativity and the orchestration and song structure, essentially. But we don't.
Again, it always comes back to a memory or some kind of emotional response.
Yeah, you guys, this being your first real tour, do you guys have a chance to listen to music? Do you guys even listen to music?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music. Actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
What are you guys listening to now?
I've been listening to the fucking new Dr. Dre record.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, I was interested in here between bands or playing rap.
Yeah, I mean,
I will admit I am not a rap guy, but I never knock any music because I don't listen to it. It's not my place to knock it.
Yeah,
but coming in, but coming in here to
Bone Thugs, I was like, shit.
But coming in today, they're playing rap. I'm like, it's cool. It's different.
Yeah.
It's like every club we've been into before a concert, okay, just a matter of time before like Angel of Death comes on.
Right. Yeah.
It was cool. It was something different today.
Absolutely.
Everyone was loving it.
Yeah.
So you've been listening to the new Dre.
I mean, seriously, on this road, on the trip right now, I mean, I've seriously done everything from fucking Gustav Mahler to Dr. Dre to fucking Run the Jewels, new hip hop shit. I do it all, man.
That's cool.
A lot of jazz, man. I listen to Bill Evans more than any other musician in the world.
Really?
And I mean, I'm a guitar player, bass player. I don't even listen to guitar players. So.
I'm naive with jazz. I know what good metal is. I know what bad metal is. You could put on a jazz album for me, and I could not say that this is good or bad. To me, it all sounds the same. Yeah. What is it for you about jazz that defines what's really a good one or a bad one? Being somebody who's trained in it.
Well, that's interesting, and once again, I'll say it's all relative, and it's the same thing if you enjoy metal music or anything like that. It's subjective to the listener, but a good jazz record will have a solid rhythm section. The rhythm section is the most important thing in any band. Also, an understanding of harmony and melody, and how to improvise melody, and how to improvise comping for other band members and stuff like that. You can find a good jazz record just about anywhere if they're not following the formula per se correctly, but abiding by and knowing how to speak the language of jazz music.
Yeah. The one I heard it once put in an interview about jazz that when you're in like a metal band, if you're, let's say, Tom of Slayer, you can maybe with your vocals kind of carry the torch a little bit for maybe the rest of your bandmates who may be a little off or missing on some parts. Yes, you can't do, the Hanneman solos and King's work and stuff like that, but you can kind of carry the weight for others more. I've heard in jazz put that each member of the group really is...
Yeah, there's a weak link.
Yeah, if there's a weak link in jazz, it's really going to show a lot.
It's true.
Even as a listener that listens very passively, you'll hear a bad tune and know that it's a bad tune. Yeah. Right now, I could play you some shit right now that would make you fucking cringe. And I mean, with all due respect to the musicians that are playing it, of course, but I mean, if they're fucking up, then they're fucking up, man.
You have no problem saying that.
But I mean, I fuck up. We all fuck up.
You guys on stage today could have fucked up, and I don't know, but
yeah, probably 300 times during that set, that 25 minutes.
But whipping your hair around, Aaron, you fucking made up for it.
That's what I do.
Fuck, I love it.
You got to.
God, I love it.
The cohesiveness of a group and how they communicate with each other on stage, but also almost more importantly is off stage. Will bleed into a performance and bleed into a recording and let people know that you are confident in your music. You know what I mean? So I rely on these guys.
That day that he broke his foot and our van broke down, we had probably one of our best sets in Lansing with Goat Whore, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I would say.
When everything was setting up to be like just you guys at each other's teeth and fucking, ready to fighting each other, but it turned out to be a great show. That's awesome.
Moment where we were just, all right, fuck it. Yeah. Let's play.
You know what? That's kind of like a telling of things to come then. If you guys can do that, this fucking tour is going to be fine. So. Now, when you listen to music, are you guys listening? All of us on the podcast, we've invested in a couple $100 headphones, really hi-fi headphones to really, and we tell everybody on the pod, when you listen to music, a lot of people today have music's not the activity they do by itself.
It's a background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's while you're on Facebook or Twitter. It's while you're doing the dishes. It's while you're with the kids. It's while you're watching TV or walking through the subway station. With nice headphones or vinyl, that's why we like and preach it, is that it goes back to the music is the activity itself and the listening to it. Do you guys have nice speakers at home or headphones that you guys listen to stuff on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've invested a lot of fucking money in sound.
Cool.
So I got a ton of great speakers. I got great headphones.
Where are your speakers and headphones?
Well, I had Sennheisers, and
Nice. I have Grados myself.
Really?
Yeah.
But right now, I don't know what happened to the Sens, and I've been using Bose, which is fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're over marketed, and they're not as good as
Just like Beats.
Just like
We are anti-Beats on the podcast. He's saying that now as he's wearing some, right?
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
You wear Beats right
No,
now?
he's not having it on. No.
I was about to drive.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I have Martin Logan speakers, nice electrostatic speakers. It's just when you hear all the intricacies, I think that a lot of people miss
Yeah.
with these
That's
little
what's cool
buds
about vinyl.
now.
Like you can hear the fucking room they were playing in, like
Absolutely.
yeah. I'll come home and like I don't like have a TV at my house. Like I'll come home and play guitar or like maybe cook dinner and watch Netflix, but for the most part I'll just fucking lay on the floor and listen to fucking a Towns record or that Keith Jarrett album or Thin Lizzy or something, and
Does it bother you guys at all that listening habits have changed? That people aren't? Because when you guys are in, I've never been in a recording studio, but I'm sure you guys are hearing it.
So I don't know. I don't really know what it was like. Like,
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Shit's gotten really wild in like the last 5 years with like smartphones and now like iTunes and Spotify and that kind of stuff. But it seems like it just makes it more accessible, and maybe there's a trade-off in quality because of compression and file size is getting smaller and smaller. But
I think most people don't care.
yeah, no, they don't.
And speaking for Aaron and myself, I'm sure I can vouch for him as well. But I mean, we live for music, and we love to listen to music. And I would hope that people out there would like to listen to music just as much as we do. But if they don't, it's not going to upset me.
I don't think everybody's an audiophile and really gets into the quality of it.
Yeah, you're right. People don't have a couple hundred vinyls like we do, guys, or they just maybe have a handful, if that.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different agenda, man,
Exactly.
and I respect that.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. If us interviewing you guys get somebody to stream it, cool.
Yeah.
But if it gets somebody on board demanding that you guys come out with vinyl, even better.
Sweet.
That it's a double-edged sword. Music is so accessible now that everybody that I can go on Twitter like I've been doing all day again, blowing you guys up. People can be like, Black Fast, who's that? They can go instantly right now.
Yeah.
And hear you guys' whole catalog.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
That's fucking
rad.
awesome.
Yeah, that rules.
That's awesome. Around the world with the followers, the couple 100,000 listens we get on the podcast each week from countries all over the world. Somebody in Mexico next week could check it out and be like, man, Black Fast right now and get it. It's cool.
Yeah, we're just
like it or hate it or whatever. Like people like have it's at their fingertips. And
but it's almost like. But with that though, do you guys does it ever? Probably not, knowing how awesome you guys are, but it doesn't bother you guys that their listening habits, with all the effort you guys put in, might not be where they're really getting the full sound because they are listening on the little earbuds or maybe while they're tweeting and on Facebook and stuff, or you don't care?
At this point, I'm satisfied that people are hearing it.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't want to answer for you guys, but I thought that's what you guys would say. Yeah.
As long as they listen to it, man, hopefully they dig it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they want to go the extra mile, then they have that ability to,
And
get the CD, or eventually we'll press vinyl and they can,
We're fucking like what? Maybe almost a decade into the information era, And it's great that all these people have the ability to access these things so quickly. And if they take it for granted, that's a shame, but I'm still not going to put it past them. You know what I mean?
Have you guys had to deal with the negative side of this internet too, where the blind negative comments can come in?
Oh,
where people, have you guys dealt with any of that yet?
If you can't bat an eye to it.
Good.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
Don't give it any weight at all. I think there's some people out there trying to be a troll just to fucking.
Well, yeah. Positive comments like that's great, awesome. Thanks for like listening. If you hate it, like that's fine. It's music. Like that's cool. So I don't pay attention.
You guys played with Yesterday Saints. Friends of the pod.
Yeah. Yes.
And
well, sort of.
yeah,
we played the same show.
the same show.
Yeah. Yeah, but we met them. Cool
yes,
dudes.
you met them. Cool dudes for a short period of time. When I talked to Matt, they did, one of our another guy on the podcast, Will, brews beer. He brewed a beer for yesterday's Saints, and when I talked to Matt, the lead singer, I asked him. I said, Matt, were you happy how your guys' album turned out? And he goes, "Are you?" And it kind of took me back for a second because I've never had anybody in a band ask me that.
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "That's all that matters."
Yeah, that's true.
He goes, "Really, we put out what we like.
Yeah.
And if you like it, cool.
Right.
If you get it and never listen to it again, sorry, but
Yeah.
okay." Yeah, we're not out here trying to please anybody.
Right.
If we do please you and you like us and you want to follow us around and buy our shit, absolutely, come on board.
Yep.
But if not,
He's got it.
yeah. So how you guys, I don't want to take up more of your guys' time, ask you a couple more, but going on the road here, you guys anxious, nervous, excited? How are you guys' thoughts here? Is this your first real tour?
I'm just chilling, man. I kick it real hard on the road.
As I'm someone who's always wondered how this life is, working, I'm not going to ask you guys this fallback question, what's the craziest thing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Is it boring a lot of times?
Yeah, mostly it's just like getting to the point where you can like get everything taken care of and then figure out a way to sleep for 4 or 5 hours and then
You guys sleep in the van?
yeah.
Yeah, we're broke, dude.
Yeah. It's us 4 with our gear in our van. And so it's pretty much just figuring out how to get through like 1 hour at a time.
Right.
But we're having a fucking blast.
Is there a lot of boredom?
It's elongated moments of sheer boredom, like punctuated with like sheer insanity and terror.
So he broke his foot
Yeah.
to not drive the van.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
Or
must
load gear, so-
Yeah, or load gear.
Yeah, bingo.
They caught me.
Perfect.
It's a foot now.
Yeah.
Next tour, it's going to be a
broke my
knee.
wrist.
Yeah, my wrist or my knee.
Got a toothache.
Exactly.
got a toothache.
He found how to get by. So, how many dates you guys have on this tour?
I don't know. It's like 28 more or something.
28 more days.
Any plan on what you guys are going to do? I know.
We go through. Today's September 5th. We go through October 3rd.
Yeah.
In Boston.
Any plans after that?
Yeah, we're couple things in the works. I don't know if we've officially announced anything yet, so I can't really say.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, we'll be doing shit in October and November. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking come back around, please.
will.
Guys, anything else you guys want to say in closing? Please, I don't want to take up more of your time, but
not at all.
I cannot say enough on the Metalheads podcast. Awesome. We are huge fans of you guys.
Thank you guys.
We're going to
fans
do
of you.
we're going to do our year-end list in December. Probably you guys will have a place on the list. I'm telling you, you guys are doing amazing stuff. It's an honor to speak to both of you guys.
Absolutely.
Please, but in
Thanks for
closing,
having
tell people where they can get your stuff, where to follow you guys, everything.
Follow us on Facebook. It's Blackfast. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Again, our band name is Blackfast, and my name's Aaron. I do the vocals and guitars.
You can find our stuff on iTunes, Best Buy, FYE.
Spotify.
And
The name of the
Amazon,
album?
Google. The name of the album is Terms of Surrender. It came out on E1 Heavy August 7th. Dig it.
dig it, and then unearth it and listen to it.
Yeah.
Guys, again, it's a true pleasure to speak to you guys. Thanks for joining the Metalheads
All right,
podcast.
Thanks, bro.